champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian. Again, I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm by my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now we're good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, Kahawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the fresh boys,
high school champions.
Yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
We shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School as we get you set for some high school boys basketball. It is the 2018-2019 home opener for your Collinsville Kahok boys basketball team. I'm Todd Duke, glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we welcome you in to the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. Cullip Jennings Florist is a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. You can stop in for weekly specials and take advantage right now of poinsettias. That's right, it is the Christmas season. Poinsettias is the Christmas plant. So if you would like to get your hands on some of those traditional Christmas flowers, just head on down to Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street. Give them a call, 344-0404. Talk to them about all the options they have for Christmas gifts. Yes, that's right. Not just flowers and plants, folks. You can buy some Christmas gifts down there, and they will send you in the right direction for what it is you need. And for more information and to look at some of the things online that Cullip Jennings Florist has to offer, just check them out at cullipjennings.com. All right, Kahawks come into this contest with an overall record of 7-1 under Darren Lee. He is the 10th year coach for this program here at Collinsville and comes into this contest with an overall record of 147 and 131. He will be opposed by Dustin Battis. He is the first year coach of Edwardsville, and his team right now is 2-2. He took the place of Mike Waldo, who was the head coach for the last 27 years, 600 plus victories for Coach Waldo, and he coached his team to a couple of trophies, none of them the big prize, but third place in 2012 with a 31-3 record, and fourth place in 2013 with a 30-4 record. So, new coach at the helm of the Edwardsville Tigers. We will see how things panned out. Also today, the brackets came out for the big tournament coming up at the end of the month. We'll, of course, touch on that a little bit later, but we did have a chance to broach that subject with Collinsville head coach Darren Lee. That and many other topics coming up in my pregame interview with Collinsville's head coach Darren Lee, and that comes your way next on the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
And we welcome you back into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. It's the home opener tonight for your boys basketball team as they take the floor against their arch rival Edwardsville. And joining us on the pregame show now is Collinsville head coach Darren Lee. Coach, the brackets came out for the big tournament coming up at the end of the month, and you guys get paired with the team out of Chicago that got placed in this tournament because Riverview Gardens got knocked out. So tell me what you think about the matchup and if you know anything about this team.
Not much. They haven't won. I think they've lost their first three. We hope it's a game we can win. But I really don't know a lot, so I'll have to maybe we'll get a video or two on them and go from there.
Looking at some of the matchups on the list, boy, this was a couple of years ago. That East St. Louis Altoff matchup at the first go was pretty good, but you got a couple of one Southwestern Conference former team against Belleville East. I look at that as a key game. It's the last game of the night, but I kind of like the matchup.
Yeah, it'd be good. Granite's, I thought Granite's 4-2. They're playing. They beat Columbia last night. They're playing better. Belleville East is a pretty good team. So yeah, there's some good matchups in there. Lincoln and Madison's an interesting matchup. So yeah, we're looking forward to another good tournament.
All right, let's get to things at hand. I want to talk about a couple of players because we talk a lot about Rayshawn Taylor and the two big guys down low. Kawan Smith, he doesn't get talked about a lot, and I've only seen one game so far this year, but his numbers look good, and I liked what I've seen about him. I mean, he leads your team in steals, and he's up there in the points. So talk to me about his game.
Well, he's a very steady player. He's always has his hands on basketballs. He's very, very quick, and that's why he's got a lot of steals. He anticipates well. Very good getting to the basket. Hadn't shot it extremely well so far from the outside, but what he does, he gives us a point guard when we can run Ray off some screens rather than have Ray have the ball all the time. So it gives Ray a break, not the basketball. So he's a true point guard and extremely quick in our diamond press.
All right, another guy, Laurent Gelladini, 18 points so far this year, 87% from the free throw. When you bring him into the game, he does pretty well for you.
Yeah, he did. He had a big game Tuesday night at East St. Louis in the second quarter. We were down 10, and he played most of that second quarter, and we outscored him, I think, by 20 in the second quarter. So he rebounds the basketball very well.
Talk to me a little bit about the East St. Louis game. We were here doing the girls' version of the same game against East St. Louis. Chris Keller was texting me at the end of each quarter, and I was really shocked when the second quarter score came by. You guys really seemed like you took it to them in that second quarter.
We did. We played well. It's hard to figure out. We went to a zone, and that bothered them a little bit for a while. It didn't bother them very much in the fourth quarter, but certainly bothered them in the second quarter. And so we changed defenses. Rayshawn got to the basket a little bit. We hurt him on the glass. We had a good second quarter, and we got to the end. We were on the line, missed the front end. They hit a long shot. It's just one of those deals. Just breaks didn't go our way. There's some things we could have done differently to protect the lead a few times. I wish hopefully we can learn from that. But overall, down the wire, just things didn't go our way at the end.
I know that you don't have East St. Louis on the calendar again until it flips to 2019, but you might be able to play them in your upcoming tournament. Would you like that, or would you rather wait until later?
Oh, we'd play them. We'll have to play somebody good, especially once you get to the semifinals. You have to play two very good teams in the last two games of this tournament if you get that far. So it's either going to be Lincoln, them, Springfield Southeast, Rockford East. A lot of good teams in the tournament.
Yeah, there are. All right, let's get to tonight's game. You have Edwardsville, and this is a team you struggled against over the last few years. They've got a new head coach, and I don't know much about them except for just a couple of their returning players. So tell us what you know.
Well, they they're not, they don't have a lot of size, but they're going to run their offense. They're going to be very patient. They won't shoot it very quickly. It's a patterned offense, that chin set high post offense they run. Malik Robinson's their leading scorer. Number 3 does a pretty nice job. They haven't shot it well yet from the outside. I hope they don't start tonight. They haven't really shot it from the arc extremely well yet, but they are, they're going to do a lot of things right. We don't know exactly what they're going to play defensively. It could be 1-3-1, it could be a man-to-man. They could play a combination defense, triangle and 2 or something. We tried to prepare for each of them in the last couple days.
So it's a game of adjustments that you might have to make as they throw out there whatever they're going to throw out there.
One thing we're sure of, they're not going to press us. I'm confident that they will pick us up inside the arc. But I don't know when they pick us up inside the arc what kind of defense we'll see. So, yeah, we're probably going to have to immediately call out some adjustments to make sure we can we recognize what defense they're in.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Okay, thank you.
As head coach Darren Lee of your Collinsville Kahawks, we'll take a break here on the Cullip Jennings Forest pregame show. When we come back, we'll pass along the starting rosters to you. That, more names, more numbers, all coming up on the Kahawks Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com. All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, weshipstlouis.com or call 346-4884. Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
Once again, we welcome you back into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We are getting you ready for the first home basketball game of the year between your Collinsville Kahawks and the Edwardsville Tigers. No other team you'd rather have for the home opener than the Edwardsville Tigers, unless maybe it was the East St. Louis Flyers. Collinsville is coming off their first loss of the year back on Tuesday against those East St. Louis Flyers, 67-64 at East St. Louis on a last-second three-point shot by the Flyers. It hit the bucket and went through the twine, and all that was left was 0.1 seconds left on the clock, and you know there's not enough time to do anything but blink in that amount of time. 2 wins for Edwardsville, their season opener at Ladue back on the 28th of November, and then one versus Oakville, 53-35 a little bit later on. Or that was the win over Oakville, and their last game versus Althoff, a home game, 40-37. There are 2 losses, one against Ladue at that Ladue tournament, 24-22. That's right. The final score was 24-22 to 22. And then their most recent game, they lost to Belleville East this past Tuesday, 43 to 34. I do not have traditional stats for Edwardsville, as their stats are not on the St. Louis .com website nor Max Preps. I guess they're having trouble. Matter of fact, I know they're having trouble. I talked to head coach Justin Battis before the junior varsity game even hit halftime, and he told me they hired a group of people to do that for them. And the first 2 games, they kept the stats for the other team. So they didn't keep the stats for the Edwardsville Tigers. They messed everything up, so now everything's out of whack. So all I have is stats from the first 2 games, or the last 2 games, that is, versus Altoff and Belleville East. We'll go over a little bit of those as we go along here. For Collinsville, Rayshawn Taylor, number 13 in the St. Louis metropolitan area in points averaged per game at 21.9. Here's the difference. E.J. Liddell from Belleville West, the Ohio State recruit, is number 1 at 30 points a game he is scoring. Terrence Hargrove from East St. Louis, number 5 on that list, scoring 24.4 points per game. Liddell, number 1 in overall points scored with 180, but our guy, Rayshawn Taylor, number 2 in the entire St. Louis metropolitan area, right behind Liddell, and only by 5 points with 175 points scored. And then Terrence Hargrove from East St. Louis is in the 6th spot in that category with 122 wins. 122 points. We bring in Dr. Chris McCluskey now. He, the owner of Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, and a friend of KahokSports.com, providing some color commentary with us tonight. I'm looking forward to this, sir. How about you?
Hey, thanks for joining us. Absolutely. A lot of excitement surrounding Kahok hoops this year, and they played some good basketball already, and we're looking to get into conference play here and catch our stride.
Yeah, we need to, and especially against this Tiger team. The history between these 2 teams is a little bit lopsided. Over the last 19 years, Collinsville has won just 8 games against Edwardsville and have lost 29. You factor in the 0-for-2 playoff performance, and Collinsville is 8-31 overall against Edwardsville over the last 19 years. Last year, Collinsville lost both the home and away game, lost 45-42 at Edwardsville. That was on the 8th of December last year, so almost 1 year ago today. And they lost here at Collinsville on the 13th of February, 48-46. It's been 4 years since Collinsville has last beaten Edwardsville. That last win, 40-37, that was at Edwardsville too, and that was on, just a few days after Valentine's Day, so 3 years and 9 months ago. And the last time Collinsville swept Edwardsville, both here and away, was back in the 2011-2012 season, so even longer, 6 years since then. I believe this is the team that can do it this year.
I think so. You know, we've definitely got the recipe for success, for the whole season, but certainly for the Southwest Conference. And Edwardsville is always going to bring athletes. They're going to bring a solid game. But this junior class out of Collinsville had a lot of experience last year. And, they're playing like seasoned veterans this year, so I think we're in for some good action tonight.
I believe so, too. Coach Lee, in his tenure against Edwardsville, is 4-14 in the regular season and 0-1 in the playoffs, so 4-15 overall. He beat the Tigers twice in his 3rd year here at Collinsville, but then it was 4 years until his next win, and now it's been 4 years since the last win. So I'm guessing if we're going on the 4-year program, we're due, right?
Well, hey, stats don't lie sometimes, right?
I got you, yeah.
We certainly are coming in tonight, I really think, expecting a win, and that hasn't been the case in quite some time, so that's exciting. Yeah,
and Edwardsville, of course, Coach Waldo not there anymore, 27 years and over 600 wins, so a new guy takes over, and I'm sure he's put in his own playbook, and they might be a totally different looking team from years past.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Scouting report doesn't do you much good when there's a new coach. But, Collinsville's got to come out and play our game. We play good inside out. We've got the 2 big guys down low. I'll tell you what, Ray and Marshall are shooting the ball exceptionally well this year. So if we sustain a balanced attack, I like our chances.
Yeah, and Kawan Smith, he's played off pretty big dividends as well. Number 3 on the team in points scored. He's number 5 on the team in rebounds, and he's number 1 in steals. So there's a weapon, too.
I'll tell you what, he's as fast gets, and defense is certainly the name of the game for Mr. Kawan.
All right, that is going to do it for the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. We'll take our final break. When we come back, we'll pass along those starting rosters to you. That and much, much more coming up for the Kahok boys basketball home opener against the Edwardsville Tigers next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
I'm a hot babe out jogging. I'm out making sure this stays a 10 when you drive by. You're checking out my awesome headband when... Oops. That's when you find out your cut rate insurance, it ain't paying for this. So get Allstate. Save cash and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands? Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, and accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, sauces, and they donate 25 cents of each unit sold to first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com. Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Todd Duke and Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you as we are just about set for this contest between Collinsville and Edwardsville. We're about 15 minutes later than the scheduled tip-off time, but nevertheless, that's what happens when you have junior varsity contests played. And that, speaking of which, Collinsville JV team, man, they hung on and they beat the JV Edwardsville team 56-55. Edwardsville shot a three-point basket right at the buzzer to try to eke out that victory, and it clanged off of the rim, and that was that. Collinsville wins the junior varsity game 56-55. Here are your starters for the Edwardsville Tigers. Malik Robinson, the 6-foot senior, followed by Nick Hemken, the 6'1" junior. Lavantes Hairston, the 6'3" senior. Jalen Tuggle, the 6'1" senior. And Brennan Weller, a 6'3" sophomore. For your Collinsville Kahawks, a little bit of a change from the last time we saw them at O'Fallon. Keysrian Jones not getting the start tonight. Marshall Harrison is, so your starting lineup looks like this. Zane Baker, the 6'2" junior. Kawan Smith, the 5'9" junior. Rayshawn Taylor, the 6'1" junior. Aaron Moulton, the 6'6" junior. And then the senior, Marshall Harrison, who stands 6'3", and wears the old 23 on his back, Michael Jordan's old number. So we are just about ready for action. Zach Roseman's going to join us. How about that? I got a threesome up here, but Zach's going to go on the camera. Dr. Chris McCluskey will be on the other headset, and I'll take care of the scoreboard. How about all those apples? All right. We are just about ready to get underway here. Glad you're with us on the Kahok Sports Network. Edwardsville, of course, in their road orange uniforms. Numbers are in black. Collinsville in the home whites. Their numbers are in purple with Kahawks written across the fronts of their jerseys. Aaron Moulton wins the tip-off, and we are underway to Kawan Smith, who gets it to Mr. Taylor. Taylor into the corner now for Smith. Smith up underneath into the paint now for Moulton. Moulton just kind of throws a lob shot over his head, and intercepting that was Grant Schaefer, who I did not know was starting in this contest. So there we go.
Yeah, I like working the 32 with the two big guys down low. It's going to prove beneficial for the Kahawks tonight.
Three-point shot taken by Edwardsville, but the rebound comes out long. Collinsville comes away with it, and the Kahawks back for their second attempt here on offense. Here is Smith over on the far side wing in front of the Edwardsville bench to Marshall Harrison. Back to Smith in the corner now, standing in front of Dustin Battis, the new head coach for the Edwardsville Tigers. Now Zane Baker gets it and gives it up for Rayshawn Taylor. He makes his move in the perimeter, loses control of the ball, and Collinsville will turn the ball over.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication. Ray thought Kawan was going to streak to the goal, and a little bounce pass out of bounds. Collinsville needs to just settle in and get a little comfortable, and I think they'll be just fine.
7-11 left to go here in this opening quarter. We're just underway with the ball. Malik Robinson for the Tigers. The 6-foot senior brings it across the timeline. 1 minute gone here in this first quarter, and we still have not dented the scoreboard.
Yeah, Collinsville electing not to press. That's really been beneficial to them so far this year, so that's an interesting call by head coach Darren Lee.
And he talked about in the pregame show he doesn't expect any kind of backcourt pressure coming from Edwardsville, so we'll see if that plays into his hands at all. Meanwhile, Brennan Weller takes care of the first 2 points of this game, and Edwardsville is on the board 2-0. Here is Marshall Harrison. Harrison finds Baker, who gives to Rayshawn, flying through the lane. Can't get it to fall in, though. And the rebound knocked all the way back out to midcourt, and Collinsville comes up with it. Taylor bluffs the three, drives the lane, takes the shot, reverse layup, good for two.
Yeah, nice reverse baseline. I like that about Ray. He misses a shot. He's going to come right back with another to catch his stride.
6:15 left to play here in this opening quarter. Edwardsville with the ball. Collinsville putting on a little backcourt pressure now, but the Tigers break it. Here is Brennan Weller. He'll throw it up inside the lane, turn around, now kick it back out for Hairston. Hairston takes a three-point shot, and he hits it.
Yeah, Collinsville may press off of a made bucket. That might be the game plan here tonight. That's interesting. They knew right to hop into that right away.
5-2, Edwardsville up by 3. Here is Marshall Harrison for Collinsville. Backs it up a little bit in the slot between the circle and the center court and the top of the key. Now he drives, shoots, and it rolls around twice almost, and then comes down. Edwardsville picks up their first rebound here in this game. Here is Malik Robinson. Robinson settles in a little bit over on the right wing and being watched like a hawk by Kawan Smith. Now they pass the ball around, and that is Brennan Weller. Weller from the top of the key will hand the ball off to Himkin. Himkin into the lane, kicks it back outside. Another three-point shot on the way. This one falls short for Malik Robinson, and the rebound ends up out of bounds, and that's the first turnover for Edwardsville here in this game.
Yeah, it looks like Collinsville sticking with a man defense. They're playing pretty tight man, not a lot of help side, so they're going to force Edwardsville's hand and see if they can't force them to drive and make some turnovers.
One arm pass from Taylor to Moulton. Moulton on the outside edge of the perimeter. Doesn't spend a lot of time out there, but you'll catch him out there every once in a while. Here's Taylor in front of the Edwardsville bench to Moulton just outside the lane. He backs up and bowls over Hemkin. Can't get the second shot up there either. Gets the first rebound, and then Edwardsville ends up with the second rebound. And now the Tigers break out. Well, thought about a three-point shot, did Brendan Weller, but instead he backs it up, takes it to the top of the key. One arm pass in front of the Kahok bench for Hairston. Now inside, Hemkin, baseline, no room to move past Moulton. He'll kick it back outside for Grant Schaefer. Schaefer puts it over in front of the Kahok bench to Hairston. 4.5 minutes to go here in this opening quarter, 5-2 in favor of Edwardsville.
Yeah, Edwardsville's definitely showing a lot of patience on the offensive side of the floor. Three-pointer on the outside, a little short. Looks like Rayshawn Taylor's going to get the rebound. He comes up the floor in transition.
Well, kicked out of there. This isn't soccer, kids.
That was a heads-up play by the Edwardsville defender because Kawan Smith had no defender on him and would have had an easy layup for two.
It's a sharp purple blazer there the coach is wearing tonight, isn't it?
It sure is. He had some purple Nikes on the other night. He's got the purple blazer tonight. I think he might have got that out of Jerry Sulky's closet. I'm not sure.
Here is an inbound pass to Baker, who gives it to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor over on the right wing. Back to the left wing we go for Kawan Smith. Smith backs up a little bit, gives it up to Baker in the corner. Baker dribbles, drives out toward the key. Gives it up now for Marshall Harrison. Harrison over on the far side for Smith. Smith from the right wing, dribbles, drives. Not a lot of room, so he has to kick it back out from the free throw line to the outside perimeter. Smith gets it right back from Baker and takes it into the slot. 3:40 left to play here in this first quarter. Baker with it. Bounce pass over to Marshall Harrison. Harrison will eye a three-point shot, and it's good.
And Marshall has shot the ball exceptionally well from 3 this year, and I was just waiting for him to eye that up. He passed up a couple early. There's Kawan Smith with the ball knockaway.
Yeah, there's a little backcourt pressure being put on there, and Edwardsville finally breaks it. And a three-point shot wide open, rims out, and there is the big guy, Kadrian Jones, with the rebound for Collinsville. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. He'll drive into the lane and then kick back out. And the rebound, I guess, came down into Hairston's hands, but he had already a foot out of bounds already.
I think he was a foot inbounds. The referee missed that one, but hey, at any rate, it's Kahok's ball underneath the hoop.
Saw about that much room myself. Here's Jones getting the inbound pass to Smith. To Taylor, and now we're going to have a call against Kadrian Jones.
A little moving screen, and not a terrible call. You know, KJ's got to stay put. He's in a lot better shape this year. He's more active and mobile. He's got to learn to keep that under control.
First foul of this game, it belongs to the 6'6" junior, Kadrian Jones. So Collinsville turns the ball over for the third time. Nice moves by Malik Robinson, but a better one by Kawan Smith. Kahawks bring it up. Taylor, he takes the off-balance shot, no good. Jones puts it back up, won't go in. Marshall Harrison's shot won't go in. Stays with the Kahawks.
Yeah, Kahawks are having trouble getting the ball to fall, but we're taking a lot of layups, and those balls will fall. So I like the way we're playing around and above the rim.
Nice offensive rebounding job, too. Right now, Collinsville out rebounding Edwardsville 7-2. Taylor inbounds, does so to Jones, who brings it up to Baker. Zane Baker dribbles once over to Smith. Now into the far right-hand corner for Marshall Harrison. He brings it out, top of the key for Zane Baker. Bounce pass onto the wing. Left side for Kawan, inside the paint. Moulton turns around, or Jones, excuse me, turns around and banks it off the glass for 2. Collinsville has their first lead in this game, 7-5.
Yeah, there's the full court pressure after a made shot.
Robinson, has that ball knocked out. Jones saves it to Taylor, off the glass for 2.
Very nice play. You know, big Kadrian Jones showing his mobility there, running the point man on the full court press.
9-5 in favor of Collinsville. Fast-moving first quarter, 2:10 left to play in quarter number 1. Here is Brennan Weller. Weller gets it up into the hands now of Hairston. Hairston on the right wing with 2 minutes to play here in this opening quarter.
Yeah, not a lot of fouls will make for a fast-moving quarter.
Keep the ball in bounds. That'll do the same thing. Nick Hemken. I think the boys' game just moves faster than the girls' game for some reason. The pace obviously moves faster, but it seems like the time does as well, and I don't know.
Yeah, speaking of, those Lady Kahawks are having a heck of a year so far.
Yes,
beating
they are.
St. Louis last Tuesday. How did the O'Fallon game go last
night? They lost last night to O'Fallon, and they have been close to O'Fallon, and they should have been a lot closer to Edwardsville. I'm looking forward to the rematch here against Edwardsville. I think the girls are going to pull that out.
Well, they certainly work hard and have a lot of key players. Faith Liljegren and the
Knudsen.
What's
Kristen Mitchell.
Kristen Mitchell put 29 down against Eastside. They're really looking good and providing a lot of excitement.
Well, this was a trademark of Coach Waldo, hogging up the ball and chewing up all the time. Thus the score the other night.
Yeah, when we're up 5, we'll let them run the clock. You know what I mean?
Back on the 29th of November. There we go. There's a steal. And the ball is on the ground, and jump ball called, possession arrow in favor of Edwardsville.
Yeah, Zane Baker's showing a lot of hustle, getting down on the ground, getting after that ball, and that'll flip the possession arrow, which will come in handy in the second quarter.
Back on the 29th of November at Ladue. The Tigers lost to Ladue 24-22.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I think Zane Baker, although he's a junior, is kind of filling that role left open by Braden Lim's graduation.
Zane's a senior, actually. This will be his final year. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I haven't
done
it as
certainly.
a junior. I
talked to him in the offseason and said, you know, you're going to have to be a senior leader and show some presence on the floor, and he's certainly been doing that, and he's getting a lot of playing time because of it.
All right, here is Brennan Weller. Collinsville still up 9-5. 30 seconds left here in this first quarter.
Edwardsville going to play for the last shot.
That's more like them. Here is Schaefer. Schaefer getting trapped. Zane Baker trying to knock the ball out of his hands. Hemken ends up with it with 15 seconds left to play here in this opening quarter. Here is Hemken, and he gets the ball up to Weller. Weller from the right wing will hand the ball off to Robinson, and 5 seconds left. Robinson's back at midcourt. Robinson looks, shoots, buzzer, no. End of one. A very low-scoring first quarter. Collinsville is up by 4, and they lead the Edwardsville Tigers by a score of 9-5. We'll take a break, come back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their second year of operation on Main Street in uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com.
Let's also thank another one of our sponsors. How about the fine folks at Pace Design and Construction in Maryville? Whether you're building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor that you can trust. They provide the highest quality. They are dedicated to their customers and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Call Tim Pace today at 618-407-5466 or online at pacedesignconstruct.com. Here is Kadrian Jones just outside the lane. Back out to the top now for Kawan Smith. We're underway in the second quarter. 9-5 Kahawks with a 4-point advantage after the first quarter of play. From the free throw line, Smith shoots and hits it.
Yeah, Kawan likes that little 12, 15-foot jumper, and he's got a quick step, pulls back, drains the 2.
11-5 in favor of Collinsville. Malik Robinson has that ball ripped off. Here is Kawan Smith. Another turnover. Here is Taylor getting that ball shoved right back to where it came from by Grant Schaefer. Actually, it went into the lap of Coach Brett Swip down there. Softball coach for the Kahawks.
Yeah, Ray took a little too much time deciding on that free, kind of telegraphed it, but I like that full-court pressure creating a turnover. Collinsville still retains possession.
5th turnover now for Edwardsville. And Zane Baker with the inbound pass. Does so to Smith, gets it right back. Does the head fake on the 3 just outside the lane, just a little bit too strong on that shot, and nothing but orange uniforms there to pick up that rebound.
That was more of a Kawan Smith move. Normally Zane sets up for 3, decided to drive, but I like he needs to get a hot hand and get a shot going.
Ethan Young into the game, the 5'11 junior for Edwardsville. Ball now in the hands of Hemken, who gets it to Hairston. Hairston has it, top of the key, inside the paint, and a strong move by Hemken, and then a jump ball called because, tell you what, Kadrian Jones clamped his hand down on that ball, and Hemken didn't get very much height on that as he tried to push that up toward the basket.
Yeah, Edwardsville severely mismatched. I was surprised that they went to the paint with that. They're going to have to beat the Kahawks from the outside tonight.
Hemken will inbound, and he does so just as his player, Malik Robinson, was falling down.
That was a good save by
Yeah,
Robinson.
sure was.
Athletic play.
Gets the ball into the hands of Young. Young over on the right wing. A little underhand pass to Hemken. Hemken with a bounce pass that goes off of the foot of its intended receiver. That is Hairston, and out of bounds, and that's another turnover for the Tigers.
Yeah, a little ping pong. Went off our foot, our foot, and their foot.
Nice crowd on hand here for game number 1 of the season.
Yeah, I think you're going to see this stadium continue to fill as the year goes. As you know, here goes Marshall Harrison.
Marshall Harrison, I think that was a little alley-oop, but it didn't have enough height on it. But Marshall Harrison came down with it and then went back up with it to put it off the glass for 2. So the end result was what you wanted, and maybe another turnover. There you go. Baker, free throw line, and he scores.
There goes Zane Baker kissing it off the glass for 2. Full court pressure again by the Kahawks.
I'd like to be able to keep track of how many points we get off of turnovers, but I can't really figure that out with everything I got going on up here.
Most of them so far tonight.
I know. 5'11 junior Ethan Young brings it up. And Hairston now with it in front of the Kahawk bench. He'll take it around the perimeter and end up over on the right wing. Bounce pass to the top of the key now for Young. Young with 5:40 left to play here in quarter number 2. Collinsville up by 10, 15-5. Edwardsville has yet to score a point here in this second quarter. Bounce pass out to the wing now for Young. Top of the key, Hairston, he'll eye a 3, and that one's in.
Yeah, pretty good defense by the Kahawks. We went over the trap and left a man on the point. You know what? We'll give him that shot tonight. I don't think they can shoot well enough to beat us, but I'd rather have him there than in the paint.
That is Hairston's second three-point shot. Edwardsville's only three-point shots have been by Hairston. Here is Baker with a three, but a charge is going to be called.
Yeah, after the pass, I guess my eye was on the ball and on Zane Baker, so I can't comment on that. But at any rate, it'll be a charging foul against Rayshawn Taylor.
Taylor will pick up his first, team second. Edwardsville playing pretty good ball. They have not committed a foul yet. At least not one that's been whistled.
Right.
Here is Edwardsville doing a good job breaking the press that time. Himkin up the seam, loses control of the ball. Kadrian Jones comes up with it. 8th turnover for the Tigers. Here comes Kawan Smith. He drives and he scores.
Yeah, nice finger roll. The guy tried to set up for the charge. The defender did. And Kawan went just right around him. That guy is so quick. I don't think you're going to coax number 11 into committing a charging foul tonight.
Let's thank Chapman Trucking LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 9 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy equipment to your work site on time. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net. Like what I've seen so far from these Kahawks.
I certainly do. They're showing patience. The full court pressure, again, is probably the tail of the tape so far in this first half. Give a little acknowledgement to Christy Chapman's daughter, Kendall, down there cheering on the Kahawks on the cheerleading squad.
Yeah, I knew that she had a daughter down there on that cheerleading squad. She told me how busy she was earlier in the year when I was tracking down my sponsors. To tell you the truth, I never did meet her. She did it all through the mail. That's
Great
how busy
family,
she is.
Great supporters of the Kahok sports program.
9-5 was our score after one. 17-8 is our score with 4:51 left here in this second quarter. So Collinsville has added on 8 points while the Tigers have just got the Hairston three-pointer. Here comes Young for the Tigers. On to the wing. That's Malik Robinson. He'll hand the ball off top of the key and then get it right back. He'll dribble, he'll drive, he'll shoot from outside the lane, and it goes in for him.
Yeah, nice runner. Little ball fake to the left. Kawan Bitt. He goes baseline and pulls up with the little 10-foot runner.
17-10. Kahawks with a 7-point lead. That lead was 10 just a moment ago. Out to the front, top of the key. That's Kawan Smith. Smith over to Taylor. 3-point shot, nothing but net.
It's a great play. You know, Ray's looking to get going. He's used to putting a lot of points on the board, and he was itching for the ball. Nothing but net for a tray.
2 for 2 from three-point land for Collinsville thus far. One for Rayshawn Taylor and the other for Marshall Harrison. Here is Hairston, who has 2 of them for the Tigers himself. Drive, Young travels.
Probably tried the old Euro step, but took one too many.
Euro step.
From the free throw line,
yeah.
He tried it. Sometimes they'll get away with that, but out here with this, got a good officiating crew here, a lot of familiar faces, and they're calling a great game so far.
3:52 left to play. First half action, 20-10. Kahawks up by 10 once again. Here's Kawan Smith, and he gets that ball right back after a little bit of a brief kick there by Marshall Harrison. And now Rayshawn Taylor saves the ball from going out of bounds. Smith gets it, pulls up just inside the perimeter, takes the shot, and drains it for 2. Kind of wish he wouldn't have stepped inside. He had a wide open shot at that 3.
Shot, though. That's kind of how I played the game. 10 to 14 feet, you're good. You step out, and it's a little different story.
There's another steal. Yeah, Baker knocks the ball out right into the hands of Marshall Harrison. That's the 10th turnover here in this first half for Edwardsville.
Yeah, credit that Kahawk defense with that full court pressure.
There's Kawan Smith. He accepts the pass in the corner and then gives it back to Marshall Harrison. Harrison being watched by Hairston. Dribbles outside, inside the lane, kicks it out. Baker, 3-point shot, no good. Rebound. Gets knocked out of bounds by Edwardsville, and Collinsville will keep it. Here is Laurent Geladini, who checks into the game for the first time. Zane Baker to the bench.
You know, Laurent played an incredible game at East St. Louis. We were down big. He comes into the game, and we take the lead courtesy of his amazing defense.
Did you go to that game, I take it?
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
You haven't missed a game yet except for the ones in Heron, right?
That's true.
Good job.
Well, a lot of excitement. I take care of a lot of these guys at Chiropractic Works. You know, they come in for, little aches and pains and bruises, but mostly for performance. And these guys know to take care of their body is going to be a big benefit to them in their quest for a conference, regional, and maybe even sectional championship.
There is Smith inbounding from underneath of his own basket, and a whistle right as Rayshawn Taylor was getting the ball into his hands, and Collinsville will have their third foul, and it'll be the second one for Kedrian Jones.
Yeah, they're going to get him for another moving screen.
Grant Schaefer is the only one that has a foul for Edwardsville. So Collinsville with 3 fouls, Edwardsville with 1. I'm not doing a very good job keeping to that, am I?
Thank goodness there hasn't been too many of them.
I know. Down the other end of the court we go. And here is Robinson. Out to the perimeter. Hairston, top of the key. That is Schaefer. Almost traveled himself there. Weller.
Still showing a lot of patience, even being down 12 points. They're really working the ball, chewing up a lot of clock.
And a little underhand shot. That was a pretty good shot there, acrobatic style by Brennan Weller.
Nice cut. That was sort of Rayshawn Taylor-esque, and he did a good job of finding the rim.
22-12. Collinsville with the lead. Geladini in front of the Edwardsville bench to Smith, who gives to Taylor from the free throw line. Taylor drives and scores.
There's the Euro step. That's the Euro step in action, and Ray gives a nice ball fake, Euro step to the hoop, and a nice runner for 2 points to put Collinsville up 24-12. Back again with full court pressure.
Almost picked it off. At the top of the key. Oh, I thought Schaefer was going to take that three-point shot. Instead, he passes it. Collinsville almost picked it off. Hairston takes the three-point shot and hits it. His third three-point shot of this game.
Yeah, Edwardsville's hanging around courtesy of the 3-ball.
24-15. Collinsville in the lead. 80 seconds left to play here in this first half. Here is Harrison. To Geladini. Rayshawn Taylor, top of the key. Looks, gives it to Smith. Smith in the lane, or excuse me, in the
nice move
paint
by Kedrian Johnson. A little drop step and goes underneath for the reverse. But Collinsville up 26-15.
KJ with some little moves there, huh?
It's a lot more mobile.
I was trying to say baseline. That's what I was trying to say. Here's Schaefer for Edwardsville over to Hairston. He's already hit a couple of three-pointers from right in front of Coach Lee. All 3 of them have come from the left wing over there. 45 seconds left to play here in this first half. Edwardsville looks like they want to play for the final shot. Collinsville already up by 11. They'll go ahead and let them. There's Malik Robinson. Robinson backs up.
Collinsville staying in the man defense. They're not going to pressure the ball. Here comes Kawan with the pressure.
There's a bounce pass to Hemken, and he'll get the ball over to Schaefer. Schaefer with another bounce pass back to Hemken. Top of the key, 15 seconds left. Here's Robinson. Malik Robinson being watched by Kawan Smith.
10 seconds, he'll make his move in about 3 seconds.
Robinson on the left wing, stops his dribble, gives it to Hemken. Hemken, he'll try to drive from the lane, outside, takes the shot, can't get it to fall as the buzzer sounds. And at the end of one half of play, Collinsville up 26-15. Time now for the halftime show, brought to you by Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up great food, nachos, burgers, too many sides to list, and a host of other wonderful menu items to choose from. Cafe Agape also offers catering service as well as delivery of some of the best homemade food in the Collinsville area. Call Cafe Agape today, 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. We'll take a look at the old internet and see what kind of scores we can find from around the area on this big basketball Friday night, and we'll pass those along to you here in just a moment on the Cafe Agape halftime show on the Kahok Sports Network.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the to-go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff, like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611 online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape halftime show, but I have nothing to report. So my apologies to the fine folks, Ron McGee and daughter Dana and the rest of the family. Oh, here we go. I finally popped up after sitting here for about 5 minutes waiting for the score stream thing to pop up. Yeah. So, girls varsity basketball. East St. Louis drops the game to Cape Notre Dame, 63-42. Well, that's all I have. A lot of good it does to have this score stream. They give you one girls game, and then everything else was yesterday's action. Well, here's today halftime. East St. Louis over Alton, 33-32. Also at halftime, Centralia over Althoff Catholic, 22-16. Waterloo and Triad playing at Triad, and the Knights are up 21-14. That's after 1 quarter of play. And looks like that's about all I have for you right now. So there's a look at some of the halftime scores. Here it's halftime, 26-15. JV won their game, 56-55. A 3-point shot at the buzzer by Edwardsville failed to go in. So the Kahawks held on to win that game 56-55. And we'll take a break. Halftime show brought to you by Cafe Agape. We appreciate the folks at Cafe Agape, and we'll be back just a couple of minutes here to look at the first half stats of this one, and then Dr. Chris and I will get you set for the second half action between Collinsville and Edwardsville. 26-15, Kahawks up by 11 as we are at halftime. Back in a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
1983. After his retirement in 1983, he became very active in the basketball program. He was a regular fixture at Fletcher Gym during practices and could be found sitting at a table near the Kahok locker room watching the Kahawks work. He and his friends attended all of the Kahok basketball games at Fletcher Gym and on the road, including Tuesday night summer league games. Dino was a Kahok basketball season ticket holder since the 1960s. Dino truly loved Kahok basketball and bled purple. At this time, Collinsville High School Athletic Director Clay Smith would like to present the Lahar family and Dino's wife Barb a Kahok game ball signed by the Kahawks to honor Dino and the impact he left on the Kahok basketball program and alumni. Thank you.
And once again, we welcome you back in to the broadcast booth here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Todd Duke along with you. Dr. Chris McCluskey here as well. Let's take a look at your first half stats. Collinsville led 9-5 after 1 quarter of play. That 4-point lead blossomed into an 11-point lead at the end of 2 quarters after Collinsville outscored Edwardsville in that second quarter, 17-10, thus the 26-15 lead. Leading scorer in this one, that's a shared responsibility by Rayshawn Taylor for Collinsville and Levantus Hairston for Edwardsville. Both have 9 points. All of Hairston's has come off of 3-point plays. Rayshawn Taylor has had 1 3-pointer. And after that, it is 6 points for Kawan Smith, 5 for Marshall Harrison, 4 for Kadrian Jones, and 2 for Zane Baker after Hairston's 9. Over on the Edwardsville side, Brennan Weller has 4, and Malik Robinson has 2. Neither team went to the free throw line in that first half, so zeros all across the board in the free throw category. From the three-point line, Collinsville hit 2 of 3, while Edwardsville hit 3 of 6. Kahawks are out rebounding Edwardsville 9-3, and the Tigers turned the ball over 10 times in that first quarter compared to 3 for your Collinsville Kahawks, and that is a tale of the first half.
Yeah, turnovers definitely the tale of the tape so far tonight.
Sure has been for Edwardsville. Collinsville gets the ball back here as we begin quarter number 3. Over on the far wing, Zane Baker, as Collinsville now shoots at the basket, farthest away from our location, but they get to shoot in front of their own bench. Here is Zane Baker, takes it out to the top of the key for Marshall Harrison. Harrison to Baker. Baker back to Harrison on the wing. Kawan Smith was in the middle of that too. I missed him. Here's Kawan Smith at the top of the key. Gives to Rayshawn Taylor, who is being hounded from behind there by Hairston. And now we have a foul call. This one's going to go against Nick Hemken, I believe. And it will. That is only the second foul committed by Edwardsville in this game.
Yeah, big mismatch with big 45 Aaron Moulton down low. Look for the Kahawks to take it to the paint.
Have not seen Moulton and Jones on the floor at the same time yet tonight. Here is Kawan Smith to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor bounce pass inside to Moulton, who's just outside the lane. Now he makes his way into the paint, takes the shot, a little hook shot, won't fall as it hits off the rim, and the rebound belongs to Hemken and the Tigers. And here come the Tigers. They bring the ball up court, out to the wing it goes, and that is Schaefer into the corner. Hairston eyes another 3, and it's good. So all he does is hit 3-pointers.
Man, I'll tell you what, that boy can shoot, that's for sure, and he's looking for the ball. He's certainly keeping Edwardsville in this game with the trifecta.
There's Kawan Smith. I'm sure Zach Roseman will be back over here as soon as he puts up his musical instrument.
He's a much better cameraman than myself. There's Marshall Harrison with 2.
Yeah, that's nice. Good way to get 2 of those back out of the 3.
Collinsville comes with full court pressure again, kind of a modified 3-quarter ball press. Kawan's going to stay on the point. Everybody else falls back. Here comes
Malik Robinson to Hairston. Hairston back out front. Here comes another 3-point shot. Big rainbow shot there made by Grant Schaefer. Do you think that Coach Battis said, let's shoot some more threes?
I think that's going to be the name of the game for Edwardsville. They're certainly mismatched in the paint. Here comes Marshall
21
Harrison
points. They're getting
3.
a little bit too much there. Here is a rebound by Robinson. And Robinson will zigzag his way up court across the timeline. And in front of the scorer's bench, he settles down, dribbles, and surveys things. Moves around to the wing. Now top of the key for Hemken. Hemken looking, being watched there by Moulton. Now to Hairston. Here's another 3-point shot from Hairston. And that's the rare miss.
Out. That looked like a good shot. He's certainly not afraid to let it go.
Rebound belonged to Moulton, and Collinsville brings it back up court, leading by 7, 28-21. 5.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Rayshawn Taylor in front of his bench to Moulton. Back to the free throw line. Kawan Smith a little bit off to the right on that shot. Put back is good by Marshall Harrison.
Well, Marshall Harrison is such an offensive rebound threat. And you know that ball's going right back up to the hoop. He's done a good job cleaning up the mess tonight.
Here come the Tigers. They bring the ball up court. Pass to Hairston here in this corner where he has just hit one of 2 3-point tries since this quarter began. And now to Malik Robinson. Robinson back at the midcourt circle. And top of the key, he'll give the ball up to Weller. Weller, spin move, free throw line, takes the shot off balance. It's good.
It's a nice move. He's showing some skills out there, this number 22 Weller. What year is he?
Weller is a sophomore.
Yeah, he looks young.
Yeah.
Kid's got a bright future ahead of him.
Here's Kawan Smith. 4:40 left to play here in quarter number 3. Marshall Harrison. Kahawks up by 7. They led by 11 coming into this quarter. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith dribbles and drives through the paint, gives it off. Zane Baker, 3-point shot, hits the inside of the rim and comes right down into the hands of Malik Robinson as the Edwardsville Tigers work the ball back up court with 4:20 left to play here in this third quarter.
Yeah, Edwardsville spreading the floor out, has no players in the paint, running like a 4-guard set.
Bounce pass to Hemken. Hemken will hand the ball off to Schaefer. And a ball went out of bounds off of the leg of Marshall Harrison. So Collinsville continues to play some defense here as the big guys trade places. Out goes Moulton, in comes Kadrian Jones. Nick Hemken will inbound right in front of his assistant coaches. He does so to Malik Robinson. Robinson with a one-arm sling bounce pass to Hemken in the paint. He turns around, takes the shot, can't get it to fall, but I think we are going to have our first free throw participant tonight.
Yeah, I think Kawan Smith got his hand on Hemken's arm. You know, Hemken's not afraid to take it to our guys in the paint. He's given up about 5 inches on these guys.
Each team now with one foul here in the second half. At the free throw line, Nick Hemken. First shot, no good. Hemken went 1 for 3 in the game against Altoff. Did not have a free throw try, in that game against Belleville East. Makes this one. 30-24. Collinsville with the 6-point lead. Halfway through, quarter number 3. Inbound pass comes in from Kadrian Jones to Kawan Smith. Smith brings it over to the left wing where he hands the ball off to Zane Baker. Baker with a pass to Marshall Harrison at the free throw line. Harrison being double teamed, gets out of it, kicks it out to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor dribbles and drives, comes in the perimeter for a moment, as does Zane Baker, and then Baker bounces back out to the outside. Here is Rayshawn Taylor, bluffed the three-point shot from the right wing, gives it back to KJ. KJ in the paint, takes the shot, but a little bit too hard. It goes out the other side, and the rebound belongs to Edwardsville. Tigers bring the ball back up. Kahawks lead by 6. 3:15 left to play here in this third quarter. Collinsville looking to improve to 8-1 on the year. The only blemish thus far, Tuesday night's loss at East St. Louis on a 3-point buzzer beater. Just about a buzzer beater, 0.1 seconds left. Can't do anything with that except blink. Here is Hairston. Hairston already has 4 3-point shots made tonight. And Henkin takes the ball, gives it to Schaefer. Schaefer.
It's like Edwardsville's content to play some Waldo ball.
I know,
new coach, but the philosophy stays the same.
Yeah.
And I like Collinsville not pressure him. I'd sit out there and let them hold the ball at the end of the game if we're up 6 points. You know,
they're up by 6 points. Why not? Here is Ethan Young.
Edwardsville's smart to slow the game down. They know they can't run with Collinsville. So they're going to try to outshoot us is going to be their strategy.
There's a dribble drive by Malik Robinson. Hemken gets the putback. He can't get it to fall either, but he will head back to the free throw line.
Yeah, the guard really should have hit that layup. He had a step, and Big Kedrian Jones was one block out short of a rebound there.
KJ in his 3rd foul. That could play huge a little bit later. Nick Hemken just went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Hits the first one this go-around, missed the first one on the last attempt.
Yeah, I think Coach Lee's smart to play only one big guy. We've had a history of foul trouble. When we get to the end of the game, if it's close, we're going to want to bring the ball into the paint, so we'll need a big guy available.
Hemken hits both of them this time, and lo and behold, the Edwardsville Tigers have climbed back to within 4. Collinsville has only scored 4 points here in the first 6 minutes of this quarter.
Collinsville not shooting the ball well tonight, at all percentage-wise.
There's a long pass to Marshall Harrison. He'll kick it back out to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor dribbles, drives in the paint, shot good.
Yeah, nice little runner. Look for Rayshawn to find his stride and sort of take control of this game in the second half.
Harrison had 4 points in this third quarter. That was Taylor's first. And now another turnover. That's the first turnover here in the second half by Edwardsville.
Great pressure by Kawan Smith to force that turnover.
Zane Baker will inbound. Inbounds to Marshall Harrison. Harrison at midcourt. 1:45 left to play here in this third quarter. Here is Kawan Smith. He takes a shot just inside the three-point line, and there's Marshall Harrison with the rebound and the putback. And
turnover.
Now another turnover as Smith comes up with a loose ball, gives it to Zane Baker, and then did he step out of bounds, or did they call a timeout? They called a timeout.
Timeout.
Well, I tell you what,
Zane
Malik
Baker
Robinson
got slammed to the floor on that on a no call.
Malik Robinson got his hands on that ball, and as soon as he did, Dustin Battis, the head coach, called a timeout.
I think that was a heads-up play because his player was falling out of bounds without a doubt. Calls a timeout to retain possession with 1:30 left in the third period.
Let's thank the city of Collinsville. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
The city of Collinsville is on Facebook. You can check out that Facebook page for any events hosted by the city of Collinsville. And as always, the city is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and they wish all the district athletes good luck this sports season. And if you're looking to buy a home or sell your current one, then trust the Blaylock team of RE/MAX Alliance with all of your real estate needs. If you buy or sell with the Blaylocks, they will donate $200 to your favorite Kahok Booster Club. You can call Peyton or Emily Blaylock today, 618-780-4622, or visit them online, www.blaylockteam.com. Edwardsville inbounds the ball with a minute and a half left to play here in this third quarter. Fast-moving game, isn't it?
Certainly is. I keep looking at the clock, being surprised at how fast it's going.
Here's Hairston. Hairston dribbles one side of the court to the other, and he'll hand the ball off to Robinson, who will then bounce the ball into Weller. Back out front it goes to Hairston as we approach 1 minute to play in this third quarter.
Yeah, Edwardsville's chewing up 1 to 2 minutes per possession, hoping to keep this game close.
Well, they did a pretty good job of that here in this third quarter. There's a little bump that Zane Baker got away with there. That could have been called. There's Ethan Young. Young being watched by Taylor, now bounce out front once again for Weller, and we'll hand the ball off to Hairston. Hairston will stand there and survey things for a minute before he finally moves and hands the ball off to Ethan Young.
Nothing like playing for the last shot with a minute and a half left in the quarter, huh?
Yes, sir. Brennan Weller will just stand there with the ball. No one's coming to pressure him, so he won't move. Now the natives are getting restless. Weller, 14 seconds to go.
Let's see what Kahawks can do with a defensive stand to end this period.
They hand the ball off to Malik Robinson, so they'll let Robinson dribble and drive his way to the basket. 4 seconds left. Bounce pass into Weller. He drives, baseline, shot, no good. Rebound falls in the hands of Kadrian Jones right at the buzzer, and that is the way that the third quarter comes to a close. 34-26 in favor of your Collinsville Kahawks. Back with the fourth quarter in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey back with us here from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Collinsville outscored in that third quarter 8-11, so that 11-point lead dropped down to an 8-point lead, and that's where we stand now with fresh 8 minutes put up on the clock here in this fourth quarter. How much you want to bet this fourth quarter is going to drag? All the other three quarters went by like that. This one's going to drag. If Edwardsville keeps it close, they'll use, what do they have, 3 timeouts left? So they could make this game drag if they want to.
Look for them to shoot a couple three-pointers here to try to bring this game within reach. And then, oh, he walked.
Yep, sure did.
A little stutter step, and you're not going to get away with that.
That's the 12th turnover of the game for Edwardsville. Only the second one in the second half, so they've cut down on the turnovers here in this half, probably by just holding on to the ball.
I was going to say, when you retain possession the whole quarter, you're not going to turn it over much.
Nope, not much at all. Just underway, quarter number 4. Collinsville up by 8, looking to improve to 8-1. A drive and a pass off. Oh, Kadrian Jones couldn't finish. Gets the rebound, puts it back up, count the bucket and the bruise.
Great play by Big Kadrian. Looks like Collinsville's taking a page out of Edwardsville's book. We ran the old 4 corners. Rayshon Taylor drives, kicks it to the big man, and he'll try for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Nick Hempkin picks up his second foul, team second foul. Each team now with 2 here in this second half, and up at the free throw line, Kadrian Jones. First one, no good. That's the only one he'll get, as that was at the end of a 2-point play. Rebound belongs to Edwardsville. Tigers bring it up. Jones coming in, having hit 7 of 12 free throws before that miss. Here is Malik Robinson on the wing. Back out to the top of the key for Hempkin. Now he hands it back off to Robinson. Robinson with a one-arm pass over here on this left wing for Hairston. Now back out front it goes to Robinson. Robinson dribbles, takes it from the top of the key over to the right wing, and he stops there, and Juan Smith is giving him all kinds of fits. Hey, there's the first two-point play by Levantus Hairston tonight. And
yeah, that was just a breakdown by Collinsville's defense. Zane Baker rotated to the top and left a man wide open on the block. It'd be tough to miss that shot.
36-28, timeout on the floor. The Collinsville Education Association is who we need to thank next. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page, or you can check out the CEA's website, collinsvillecea.org. Fourth quarter action. We're a minute and 2 seconds in to this fourth quarter.
Yeah, if Edwardsville runs a minute off the clock per possession, they won't have time to get back in this game.
That's fine with everybody wearing purple and white, I would assume. Inbound pass comes into Rayshawn Taylor. Collinsville brings it up the length of the court. They're in no hurry as well right now.
Here's spreading the floor wide with the four corners.
Yes, they are. Little push off there.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of contact there. And Ray just got that elbow extended, and when you throw that fist out off an extended elbow, you're going to get that offensive foul every time.
So we reverse the ends of the court. The folks in orange bring the ball up. Here is Young. He'll ditch it off and will go around the perimeter before Malik Robinson gets it right back. Being watched by Kawan Smith. Baseline picked off by none other than Zane Baker. Baker gives the ball up to Taylor. Third turnover here in this second half for Edwardsville. Over to Kawan Smith. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left to play. Fourth quarter action. Bounce pass all the way over on the right wing. And now a drive through the lane. And Rayshawn Taylor brings it in for two, and he'll have a bonus shot.
Yeah, he drew the foul. I like the fact that Collinsville is spreading the floor out. I don't think Edwardsville can handle our speed off the dribble when we penetrate.
Each team now with 3 fouls. Rayshawn Taylor to the free throw line, 33 of 52 on the year. That's good for 63%. And he'll try to make this an 11-point lead, which it was at the end of the half. Too strong. Marshall Harrison there with the rebound, though. And now we'll kick it back out front and start all over again.
Yeah, Marshall might be leading the league in offensive rebounds this year.
Taylor drives in the paint again, takes the shot. That would look like it was going to fall off the left-hand side, and then it
some kind of touch.
Hits that inside portion of that rim and comes right back into the middle. 40-28. Over around the horn we go, and it ends up in the hands of Weller. Weller in front of his own bench, kicks it out front now for Hemken. Hemken, 5.5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville up by 12.
Yeah, that 6-point lead turned into 12 in a hurry.
Sure did.
And I like that with the style of ball Collinsville's playing.
Oh, and almost another. Now they're going to call Rayshawn Taylor on another foul while Brennan Weller was laying on the ground trying to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, a little tic-tacky foul. Blue certainly bailed out Mr. Weller. He should shake his hand on the way to the bench.
So now Rayshawn Taylor and Kadrian Jones both with 3 fouls. 5:19 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Here's a pass and then a give off to Jackson Weller. And a 3-point shot coming from Grant Schaefer is no good. The rebound belongs to Collinsville. Kahawks bring the ball back up and a whistle immediately as Rayshawn Taylor is fouled by Jackson Weller.
Yeah, he reached from the backside. And when you get these guards out in open space, if you get those hands out and reaching, you're just asking for a whistle, that's for sure. Collinsville going to spread the floor again.
Yeah.
I think we're going to stick with this strategy to the end of the game, and I like that adjustment by head coach Darren Lee.
There is Zane Baker. Baker hands the ball off to Taylor. He flies in. Oh, what a nice pass in the paint. And it hits Kedrian Jones, and Jones banks it off the glass for 2.
And that might be number 3 on Edwardsville's. I'll call him the big man. He's certainly playing in the paint. He's given up a lot of size, but he'll probably earn a trip to the bench.
Nick Hempkin guilty of his 3rd foul. Now Edwardsville with 5 fouls, Collinsville with 4. And right now Hempkin's staying out there.
I think Coach just realized he had 3.
Had the wrong guy, yeah.
Yeah, 23's coming in to give Hempkin a break. Hempkin's their only shot in the paint right now, so they're going to have him down the stretch.
Matt Stopka, the 6'2" senior, checks into the game for the first time tonight. Here is Kedrian Jones at the free throw line, who missed one earlier, but he picks this one up.
Yeah, 3 points the old-fashioned way. Collinsville goes up 43-28 with just over 4.5 to play.
Tigers bring the ball up. Here is Schaefer. Schaefer will dump the ball off to Stopka. Stopka backwards now to Hairston. Hairston, I don't know why you would stand there now with all this time left, 4.5 minutes to go, and you're down by that much, so there is no standing around anymore. Here's Hairston with a 3-pointer from the top of the key, too short. He gets it right back and gives to Stopka. I don't know if Hairston almost traveled on that rebound.
Yeah, the lucky Karam, long shots, long rebounds. Edwardsville gets it back, but I'll tell you what, they're burning up a lot of clock being down this many this late in the game.
There is Schaefer into the corner for Malik Robinson. Robinson dribbles and drives, trying to get past Kawan Smith. Kawan did not let that happen. 4 minutes to play here in the 4th.
You're typically not going to get by Kawan Smith with his speed.
No, you're not going to deke him out of his tennis shoes, are you?
No, sir, and Edwardsville continues to run clock, showing no sense of urgency, down by 15 points.
There's Robinson. Looked at the 3, but that avenue's blocked off by KJ. He'll put one over KJ's head and in. What are you going to do?
Yeah, nice 3-pointer by the Edwardsville guard. That puts Collinsville up by 12 with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Collinsville has the possession arrow in their favor right now, too, so if they want to grab onto a ball and call a jump ball, Collinsville will get it right back.
Yeah, I like this spread offense. I think we learned a lesson at Eastside. We were up by 8 with 4.5 to play.
Oh, what a nice move there by Kawan Smith. Just couldn't finish. Rebound, put back, Rayshawn Taylor.
Yeah, he grabbed the steal, got a put back for 2. Here comes Edwardsville on the offensive side of the ball.
45-31, Collinsville up by 14. 2:50 left to play here in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, if Collinsville just settles down and plays good defense, forces Edwardsville to force shots.
Oh!
It should be a charge.
Marshall Harrison swatted that ball out, too.
Yeah, Zane Baker sets up and shows the ability to take a charge. Collinsville's going to get the ball back with just over 2.5 to play, up by 14 points.
6th foul committed by Edwardsville here in this second half. That was the first one by Malik Robinson. And that was like an insult to injury type of thing there. He got called for the charge, and Marshall Harrison swatted that ball out of his hands at the same time.
Yeah, you just put your head down and run to the other side of the court after that.
Yeah. Here was Rayshawn Taylor. 2:20 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Taylor looked like he had a burst of steam or speed heading into the lane. Rebound belongs to KJ, and the big man's going to go back to the free throw line.
Offensive rebounds proving very beneficial for the Kahok squad here in the second half.
7th team foul. And Kedrian Jones up for a 1-and-1 opportunity. He is 1 for 2 from the line tonight, and that one's in. 46-31.
Yeah, Edwardsville brings back in their starters, I believe. Try to make a run, look for them to come down and be firing up some threes. That's their only way back into this game.
And there is a 16-point lead. That is now the biggest lead of the night by Collinsville, as KJ makes both free throws and has picked up now 3 for his last 3 after missing 1 earlier shot. 2 minutes to go, 4th quarter action. Edwardsville, Robinson, 3-point shot, no good. Rebound, Marshall Harrison picks it up. Collinsville will have another free throw participant.
Yeah, now it's going to be a fouling game for Edwardsville. As long as Collinsville knocks down their free throws, we should be able to chalk this up as another conference victory.
Juan Smith will head to the free throw line. Smith, 13 of 27 on the year coming in from the charity stripe, good for 48.1%. He'd like that to go up.
Yes, he would, that's for sure.
Start that trip now. First one's good.
Speaking of conference play and rivals, I saw that the brackets came out.
Yes, they
for
did.
The Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. Everybody should plan a trip to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium to support your Kahawks. We could see another Collinsville East St. Louis.
We could
matchup in that tournament.
I talked about that with Coach Smith in the pregame show. Second one's also good for Kawan Smith.
Collinsville still showing full court pressure. Edwardsville breaks it to the
here
corner.
in the corner. Hairston another three, and that one's a little bit too long. Rebound being fought for, and are they going to call it a jump ball? They all are in the possession arrow, still in favor of Collinsville, so the Kahawks will get the ball back.
Zane Baker showing more hustle, not afraid to get on the floor and go after possession of that basketball. Edwardsville looks going to bring in another shooter.
Tournament starts off that day on the 27th. 9 o'clock in the morning, Springfield Southeast taking on Oakville. Here's a jam by Marshall Harrison on the breakaway.
Boy, a nice baseball pass. Marshall Harrison gets above the rim, and big dunk for two.
That got the crowd going, not that they weren't into this one already. Here is Young with a pass to Robinson. Robinson trying to zigzag his way between a bunch of defenders. Now to Hemken. Hairston, three-point shot, corner, short. Falls right down into the hands of Taylor. Here's KJ. Oh, he couldn't quite finish. A little bit too much mustard on that ball, and it bounced off the glass. Oh, players run into each other, and watch out. That was Jaleel Roundtree that ran right into Rayshawn Taylor.
Yeah, Ray was sniffing another fast break. He tried to get a quick steal and just ended up with an accidental shoulder block.
Collinsville will be taking on Chicago Hansberry in their first game of the tournament. That'll be the 6:30 game on the 27th. And Chicago Hansberry brought in at the last minute to replace Riverview Gardens, who got booted from the tournament after that brawl with Alton. So we'll see a brand new team here this year. Down under a minute to go, 50 seconds to be exact. Here is Malik Robinson. Robinson out to the far side wing for Hairston, back to Robinson. Robinson will back things up a little bit, looks for some room, and Quan Smith gives him none. Robinson jumps, has the ball tipped, and now we're going to have a timeout called by Edwardsville, and that'll leave them with one timeout to go. Let's thank Metro East Roofing and Guttering. Locally owned and operated since 1987 by brothers and Kahok alums Tony and Corey Jones. Metro East Roofing and Guttering can help with your roofing, guttering, and siding needs. They're located at 1231 Lebanon Road in Collinsville. Metro East Roofing and Guttering is the hometown company you know and trust. Give them a call at 618-345-5679 today for your free estimate, and make sure you visit their Facebook page at Metro East Roofing and Guttering. Also need to thank the Junior Service Club of Collinsville. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go help the needy in Collinsville. For information on any event coming up for the Collinsville Junior Service Club, you can check them out on Facebook at the Collinsville Junior Service Club. 37.8 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville is bringing off some of their bench players as well. We have Dante Williams and Dylan O'Toole coming in. Geladini coming back in as well. Collinsville up by 20. Biggest lead of the night for the Kahawks.
Yeah, smart to pull some of our starters off the floor. Don't want to risk an injury when it looks like we've got this game in the bag. Give some of the younger guys a little bit of playing time.
There's the inbound pass from Hemken. He gets it into Schaefer. Schaefer to Robinson. Robinson back to Schaefer on the wing. Long three-point shot. Did that go? No.
I thought it was good.
I thought it was there too. It looked like the net moved in that way that it does when it swishes from a three, but I guess he just hit the outside of the net. Little floater by Robinson won't fall in. Nice rebound by Hemken, and then I believe Hairston stepped out of bounds after all that work by Hemken.
Another timeout by Edwardsville's coach with 14.2 seconds left in the contest.
He's going to clean out his bench now. Both teams are going to clean out the benches here. 14 seconds left. Thomas Bardwell checks into the game for Collinsville, as does Logan Carlisle. Also coming in is Caleb Bollinger. And I believe that Geladini stays out. No, he did not either. Who am I missing? Dante Williams stayed out there. That's who it was.
Dante stayed, yeah.
All right, 10 seconds to go. 51-31, 20-point lead for Collinsville. I'm sure the subs are just out there to waste some time. They're not
exactly right.
They're gonna turn it over is what they're gonna do, but it's gonna be too little, too late. And the Kahawks win this one by a final score of 51-31 and improve to 8-1 on the year. Let's make our transition now into the Chiropractic Works post-game show, and nobody better to tell you about Chiropractic Works than the guy who owns the place, Dr. Chris McCluskey. Take it away, sir.
Hey, thanks, Todd. So we're a full-service wellness office here in Collinsville, have a satellite office at Next Level Performance Institute in Edwardsville, where we train the area's highest level athletes. Our goal is to help as many people live as high a quality of life as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. You can get a hold of us at 618-343-3602 or at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com.
You know what? I think I would have to give way to you for reading your own commercials. That was a lot. And you didn't even have to read, man. I got it written down, and you do a better job than I do.
I've said that a time or two. Thanks for having us, Todd. I appreciate it. I look forward to being back on air with you.
You got it. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Final score here tonight, Collinsville wins it 51-31, a 20-point win by the Collinsville Kahawks. And joining us now is assistant head coach Eric Anderson. He's also the man in charge of the JV program, so let's begin there. A big win by your JV guys tonight, 56-55. I was watching it when I could as I'm setting up and getting my stuff done.
Sure.
Back and forth game, man. You guys were trading leads, and then you hold on at the end as they try a three-pointer at the buzzer that misses.
Yeah, we led most of the first half and kind of surrendered the lead there late in the second quarter, and went into halftime down a little bit. Made a couple adjustments, and we had a nice little chat and came out with a little more intensity in the third quarter, and then we started pressuring a little bit better. And I think that was a difference for us, just getting the kids to play a little bit harder.
Tell me a little bit about the JV team. Is this because I remember last year that the 8th grade team at the middle school won the state championship. So are those guys at all any on your JV team, or are they all relegated to the freshman team?
Yeah, they're all still at the younger levels. We'll reevaluate later on down the road here, and we'll see if we want to bring anyone else up. But, yeah, right now we're going with mostly juniors. So we got some some younger guys off the bench. Yeah, we do. Right now we have 9. And they're doing a nice job. We're trying to get them some playing time and keep developing them, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it next year when we have 9 seniors, and I think it's going to add a lot of depth to our team. It could be a good thing, so we'll see what happens.
All right, let's talk about the game we just watched here against Edwardsville. What a fantastic job you guys did on that full court press. You created so many turnovers, and I think you scored almost of every one of them. So big game there on that end of it.
Yeah, and that's a big part of our game, and our kids like to get out and run and pressure, and they like to be rewarded. They get a steal. They like to get up and go. And Edwardsville does a nice job really trying to slow the pace down. I mean, that's the way they're going to play to keep games close. And to credit them, they did a nice job. They got open for some shots, and they made them. And they kept hanging around. And, and we finally got that one little burst where we got a little ahead of, I think a 9-10 point lead, and we kind of went 4 corners, which we practiced a lot knowing we could use that late. And once we go 4 corners with our guards, it's pretty tough to defend. Ray and Ski, they're going to get to the basket, and for us, that's, we like to think, that can be game over once we get to our 4 corners. Doesn't always work out that way, but tonight it did.
Clamped down on the defense there in the fourth quarter, only allowed them 5 points in that quarter.
Yeah, and a lot of that's just them being extremely patient.
Yeah.
They're running tons of offense. They're trying to, they wait for you to make a mistake and get a backdoor play, and, they really commit to a slow pace, running a lot of offense, trying to let you make a mistake and then get a good shot out of it, because they know they got to limit the possessions in the game. They can't have 150 possessions and expect to come out with a lot of wins. And to their credit, to their coaching staff, they're playing the style they need to play, and they could be dangerous down the road. They got a real nice point guard, takes care of the ball, gets them in their offense. Edwardsville could be scary later on when they, as we move forward.
I have all of my winter sports schedules already printed out, and they're sitting on my table at home, and I got to bring them with me, and I keep on forgetting. Who you guys got next? I don't know.
We got Alton.
Oh, is that a week from tonight?
Yes.
Oh, I have that game.
Okay. Yep, we got a week of practice here, which, comes at a good time for us, and we got a lot of things we want to implement and work on here. And we got Alton, and then I believe Triad Friday, Saturday next week.
Okay.
So.
All right, and the brackets just came out. The schedule just came out. I already asked Coach Lee this at the beginning. You know anything about that Chicago Hennessy?
It's Hansberry?
Yeah.
Hansberry Prep, college prep school in Chicago. We don't know a whole lot about them, and that's the thing. Their record's not real strong, but you never know. The competition they play is going to be pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
So some scores can be misleading, so we'll see.
Yeah,
the way it fit in the bracket that worked out for us as a good team to start out with.
Yeah, I was going to say, I really like them just because they said yes.
Exactly. And anyone who's ever put together or helped run a tournament, you understand when a team drops out this late in the game.
That's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare, and we were very fortunate. We had a couple teams interested, and both from Chicago, and and we honored the first one that was interested. They contacted us first, so we went ahead and went with them.
It's been 3 years and 9 months since you guys beaten the Edwardsville Tigers on the basketball floor, so congratulations on that.
Well,
we'll talk to you next Friday.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you. That is assistant head coach Eric Anderson for your Collinsville Kahawks, as the Kahawks win here tonight by a score of 51-31. And let's take a look at your numbers here for you. They had a 9-5 lead after 1 quarter of play. The 4-point lead blossomed to 11 as Collinsville outscored Edwardsville 17-10 in that second quarter. And they went to the locker rooms with that 11-point lead. Collinsville then got outscored in the third quarter by Edwardsville, 11-8, and then Collinsville reversed that trend and outscored Edwardsville in that fourth and final quarter, 17-5. Leading scorer in this one was Rayshawn Taylor with 17. After that, Marshall Harrison with 13 and Kadrian Jones with 11. That's your double-digit point scores. Kawan Smith knocked down 8 and Zane Baker had 2. The only double-digit scorer for Edwardsville was Lavantius Harrison, who had 14 points. 12 of those came off of three-pointers. After that, single-digit scorers for Edwardsville. Brennan Weller had 6 points, 5 for Malik Robinson, and then 3 each for Nick Hemken and Grant Schaefer. Collinsville won the rebound battle 18-10. The Edwardsville Tigers turned the ball over 15 times compared to just 4 for Collinsville. From the lines, no free throw players in the first half. That all happened in the second half when Collinsville hit 5 of 6 and Edwardsville hit 3 of 4 from the three-point stripe. Collinsville hit 3 of 4 while Edwardsville hit 6 of 13. So Collinsville moves to 8-1 on the year while Edwardsville drops to 2-3. And next up for your Kahawks, as you heard, a trip to Alton, and that is our next basketball game next Friday at Alton. Chris Kettler and I will be bringing you that one. But before we get to that one, we have a little bit of a shorter week next week, only 3 games instead of 4. We have hockey for you on Tuesday night from McKendree at 9 o'clock. It's a late game against Highland. Then we have some girls basketball for you on Thursday, and that's a game against Alton here at Collinsville. And then we go to Alton next Friday for more boys basketball action. So that's where we stand right now. 51-31 final score here. Big thank you to everybody. Coach Lee during the pregame show, Coach Anderson during the postgame show. Big thanks to Zach Roseman helping out on the camera, and of course Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other headset. My name is Todd Duke, and until Tuesday night, everyone have a fantastic weekend.